Okay, so I'm going to show all of my secrets here. I have a set of drills that have come to me called the Drill of Many Things. There's like 30 of them, and they show basically every basic action you could have in a fencing match. But 1 through 8 in particular are all of the basic ideas you need, and they form like the warm-up for every class I do. So I'm going to show those right now in a POV style, so hopefully the audio doesn't suck too bad. So in our drills we have operator and opponent. Johan will be the operator because he is the one killing someone and learning the thing. I am the opponent giving the proper stimulus. And in these things, the opponent always initiates by stepping into measure and then doing something. So thing 1, if I can get, there we go. I step into his measure on the inside line and do nothing. So he takes control with a gain and then finishes with a lunge and then recovers. Thing 2 is the exact same scenario, but on the outside line. Step in, he gains, I die. So early on, you want this to be as like sequential and mechanical as possible because they're still learning how to lunge, they're still learning how to gain. So it doesn't need to look like a fight. They need to be doing each action individually. But as you level up, you can start to do this same drill, but in tempo or with smoother action, so that as soon as I come in, he's already gaining, and then moving directly to his attack. Same thing on the outside. Boom. Okay. So that one's really simple, obviously. Thing 1 and 2. 3 is I get a little more aggressive. So now I step in and gain. He'll cavazione, gain the new line, and lunge. Thing 4, exact same scenario, but on the outside. Okay. And again, to show this as a slightly more advanced version, now we're going to act in tempo. He doesn't want me to get a gain, so as soon as I start moving over his blade, he leaves and kills me. Well, all right. Thing 5 and 6, I get tricky, so I step in and do nothing. He gains, I cavazione, he contra cavaziones, and kills me by taking that line right back. Thing 6 on the outside line, I come in, he controls, I escape, he takes it back, I die. This one in particular gets really fun in tempo. Then things 7 and 8 are a variation on that same scenario, but if I'm making a larger cavazione that you don't want to chase around, or you just don't like contra cavaziones. So again, I step in and do nothing, he gains, and as I cavazione, he turns to the new line to close it before I get there, and kills me. 8, same thing on the outside. Boom. Okay. All right, so that's 1 through 8, and like I said, that's like the warm-up for every one of my classes, and you can ramp up the intensity or complicated nature of each one of them as your students get more comfortable, and that's everything you need to learn to fence. The things after that don't really show anything new for the most part, but I can cover those later, just more complicated versions of each one. But again, starting with that super mechanical, for instance, thing 3, when the opponent steps in and gains, the operator needs to let that happen to both see and feel what it is like to be gained, and they can start to differentiate when the opponent actually has it and when they don't, because you need that kind of muscle memory going on in the brain. So drilling unrealistically is important there for a while. Then they want to avoid the contact completely and then apply that across the board with all 30 of them. But yeah, any questions or whatever, reach out. I can maybe film better angles. Probably not.